All right, good morning, everyone. It's about 11 o'clock on March the 12th, 2021, and I'm going to call it a day at $38. Made a rookie mistake today that cost me most of the profits that I had on the day. I'll go over it. I traded Entx and I closed a position on GDRX. Did that pre-market. I'll show you. So let's go to the charts here real quick. JP Morgan is kind of choppy and moving sideways, hasn't come down to my levels, so I haven't gotten into a position on that. LB, kind of the same, opened up higher here and just has been really choppy, didn't come down to my levels, so no entry there. Entx, so I took I took 3 trades on Entx. I'm sorry, 4 trades on Entx. I anticipated, so it broke, the level that I was watching it to break was 787, which was the previous day's high. So after it broke the previous day's high, I got interested. It went into a halt right here at 9:46 in the morning and opened back up again 10 minutes later at 9:56. Let's go over the trade here. So at 9:56 in 55 seconds, I bought 100 shares at $8.62, and then about 15 seconds later, I bought another 100 shares at $8.66. It went up to $9.84, and I sold for about, what was that, $239 in profit. So I was like, okay, that works. So let's go back to the chart here. What was it? I bought at, let's say, 9:57, and then I sold at 10:02, almost 10:03. So I bought right here. Oh yeah, it squeezed into another halt. Maybe. See, 9:57, 10:02. Yeah, squeezed into another halt at this candle, and it started to run up, and I sold it there. Let's see if it gives me the price. $9.84. So I sold it pretty close to the top of this candle. Let's see. Let's put a couple lines on it here. So I bought at 866, pretty close to the top of this candle. Actually, it was moving fast. I bought there, and then I sold at 984, and so I sold there. And so that was worth $240 roughly, that move. And so then I was watching it, for it pulled back, and actually it went into a halt. Actually, it didn't go into a halt, but it started pulling back. So I was like, okay, here's the first pullback. I'm going to look for the next new high. And so the next new high I had marked off at 939. And that one, let's see what price I got in. I got in, where is it? Got in at 1022. I got out at 1025. Where's the, so I got in at 792, and I sold it, no, that's not right. Proceeds, cost. Well, anyway, $1.20, where is it? 200 shares. Entx. Got in. Where cost per share is $7.92 and $7.90. Where's the? I don't know where. that's not the right. This is it right here. I got in at 10:06. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I got in. So I'm looking at this one right here. I got in at 10:06:58 and got out at 10:07. Okay, my cost was 936 and I got out at 958. So I had, let's see, I had 939 marked off. And so I bought at 936, just under my, it popped up above and dipped back down below again. I bought it before this candle. So anyway, I took profits inside the top of this candle right here. I had my eye on the level 2. And I was like, okay, you know, it's hitting a lot of resistance. There are a lot of sellers coming in. I'm selling. So I got $40 off that trade off of 200 shares. Kind of, you know, meh, not really. You know, it's what, 10, 20 cents. And that's not the kind of momentum when this is a false breakout. So usually what would happen is instead of this coming up and then quickly dropping back down again, you'd look for it to run up again past its recent high here at $10. And it didn't do that, and it wasn't going to do that. And I recognized it, and so I got out. And so then I was like, okay, well, and so then it went into a halt. Went into a halt on the way down. And so 787 was acting like support, and I bought in again here at... see, 10:22. Okay, so it was about 15 minutes later, and the rookie mistake that I made was that I was buying in 200 lot. I bought 200 at a time, right? And I was expecting to only buy 100 at a time, and so right here, I bought 200 at a time, and I forgot. And so in my position, I let it go here for a $71 loss, and I thought I was out completely, but I had 400 shares. I bought it 10:22.31 and 10:22.02. I thought I'd only bought 100 shares here, and I thought I'd only bought 100 shares here. And unfortunately, I had 400 shares. And so when I exited and sold 200, I thought I was out. But I was like, wait a second, I'm still showing a position here. It took me a few seconds, you know, actually a couple of minutes. You can see here I exited 10:25 here and 10:27 there. And so that rookie mistake cost me $114. So, you know, it's, and you can see here, after it failed right here, this is where I was like, nope, it's not going back up. I'm getting out now. You know, it did come back to recover that price, but I wasn't going to stay in the trade that long. I was going to watch the position dip down. But I was in it at roughly $8, and it went down here to 670. I wasn't going to watch my P&L go down that far. I wasn't going to, you know, it's all about capping your risk and cutting losers. So unfortunately, I made a rookie mistake today and bought 400 shares when I thought I was only buying 200 shares and didn't exit my position quickly enough to limit my risk. And I really, pardon the word, I really retarded my profits, my, you know, my loss limit on that third trade there. And so that's the way it goes. You know, you get to pay for your mistakes, you know, and you get to pay for your lessons, you know, in trading. That's the deal, you know, that's kind of the way it works. It's sort of paying your tuition. This is a lesson that I've learned many times before, and it's something that I thought I was well past at this point, but unfortunately, I wasn't staying aware of my positioning well enough to manage my risk today. So, you know, I get to call it a loss. Well, I mean, actually, let's do the numbers real quick on that one. So, but 239, oops, 39.83 plus 43.99 minus 71.13 minus 114.90. So I made $97 on the stock today. Could have easily have been, a $200 win, $250 win. But anyway, and so then I cut a position in the pre-market. So I opened up a position on GDRX for 200 shares. I cut 100 shares of my position on GDRX yesterday before the final bell, before the closing bell. And the reason it's showing negative 257 is because that's the difference between yesterday's valuation and today. On the 100 shares itself, I was down, negative $59. So I made about $200 on the trade, and I held on to 100 shares in order to see GDRX's earnings today, or earnings after the bell actually, and then you can see here at 8:22 in the morning, I let it go at $41.61 a share. And it's gone down to 38 or so. So I managed to cap my risk on that one at least. And that's what leaves me with a $38 day. So minus 59.10.10 equals a $38 day. So it's Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. It's funny, every Friday I get ready for the weekend, but then Saturday and Sunday all I can do is think about stocks, about trading. So I'm going to call it a day here. Oh yeah, so I had put this on. I'd put this on before the bell, and it's not exactly right, but generally speaking, you can see there, NLSP really didn't perform all that well. I mean, there was a trade there. It went from 589 to 7, but I wasn't taking a gap and go on it. I didn't have any confidence in the stock. Entx, you can see here, a beautiful run up from 579 to here to $10. And I was only interested after it popped up over yesterday's high. And there was a trade there. There was a great trade there from 789 to $10. There's definitely a trade there. I overstayed my welcome here. Well, I have the experience to recognize when the level 2 isn't cooperating, and so a few years ago, I would have said I was lucky to get out profitably on that trade. But now that I've been doing it for a while, when I trade, make a trade that only lasts for 15 seconds or so, then I'm cool with it. It's part of the game. But then definitely overstayed my welcome on the trade that I took in here for the break of 787 again. It's not often you get 2 bites at the apple. And in fact, it should have been a warning signal to me to see it even close a 1-minute candle below 787 after it made a run up. That's, it was struggling to hold on to its previous high. Even going back and testing its previous high after it broke above is not a favorable chart pattern. So and really unfortunately, I made that rookie mistake in this area of getting into 200 or 400 shares, 200 at a time instead of 100 at a time, which would have capped my risk. You get to pay for your lessons. Pay for your mistakes can be, lessons, or you can keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Well, making the same mistakes over and over again, it does happen. It hasn't happened in a long time, so I need to be more mindful of my positioning. And then GIGM just really hasn't done anything. I didn't have any. If it had started a trade, with respect to momentum, then maybe I would have gotten interested. But I just didn't see anything going on with the stock this morning. I really didn't pay it any attention. Let's see. Yeah, so JP Morgan didn't hit my levels. L Brands didn't hit my levels. NLSP, I just didn't. I don't see a trade really in here other than a gap and go. You buy the open, and you sell kind of the bum rush in the first 2-3 minutes. It would have worked out 585 to 649 in the first minute. You know, that's almost $1. Could have made some money there, but just I'm not interested. Then yeah, Entx, GIGM. What else is going on here? Oh, the 10-year. Let's take a look at the 10-year here real quick. So the 10-year is popping up. The rates on the 10-year are popping up here. Let me pull it up on the daily. So it's made a new recent high here. So this consolidation area right here, it could still be consolidating. I mean, really, you know, even though it's making a new recent high, this is still kind of it's consolidating within a range. I mean, there's still a range here. You know, it's above the range. This is the rates. You know, bonds are bearish because rates are bullish. When rates go up, you know, bonds will devalue. And so I imagine, let's see what the Qs are doing. Imagine the Qs are probably down. Well, there's the NASDAQ, which is, the Qs are the proxy for the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is off 1.7% today. So yeah, the Qs are taking a hit here. And let's look at the industrials. Industrials are doing well. The industrials like the higher rate environment. Then the Russell's doing okay. You know, the small caps are doing okay in this environment. It's the S&P and the tech sector, the NASDAQ, that's getting you know, negatively affected. So there's a bit of a divergence in the market right now. I imagine that once, if the small caps and the industrials are leading, it's interesting. So small caps are usually the last ones to turn if the market is going to start heading down. To see the industrials moving, you can't really say they're moving right along with. The industrials aren't exactly moving right along with the small caps. But at least it's not just the small caps that are moving up while everything else is going down. That's a really bad sign for the broader markets in general. So, you know, that's the recap for the day. It's Friday. I'm going to call it a day here. $38. That's really quite far off of my mark of my daily target, but it's green. You know, weekend's coming up. Time to relax. Sleep in a little bit late on Saturday. Play with the kids. Go to the park. You know, pretty much do things to distract myself from work, and then come back Monday refreshed and ready to go. See what's going on in the market. All right, everybody. Hey, click like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, and I am out.